I have 100 days to survive on the island in hardcore mode, or at least try to. If at any point I die, it is game over. Throughout the 100 days, we'll try and collect all 10 artifacts and at the end beat all 3 bosses. But before we get into it, this challenge took forever to record and took even longer to edit. So guys, if you find yourself enjoying the video, please do me a favor, like, subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. It'll help me out a lot to create more content like this. Day 1 started off like any other adventure. Wake up on a strange new island with scary dinos all over the place, but we had a challenge on our hands, so we had to get to work. The area we spawned in was too dangerous, so we had to run to a safer place. We almost died in the first few minutes.
Surprise, motherfucker!
To a saga jumpscaring me. I didn't see that thing at all, so we ran until it stopped following. We got some basing tools, foundations and storage made before we went on a killing spree, farmed some more resources, crafted a bow and a bunch of arrows before grabbing an explorer note and getting some levels by killing a few sarcos. We were now high enough level to get our forge up. While we waited for the metal to smelt, we crafted some trank arrows and finally got our smithy down. Grabbed another explorer note before getting ambushed by a stupid piggo.
Bruh.
We then ran into the slow level pteranodon, which we knocked out, but it woke up later without me realizing it. Day 2, we made metal pick, used the metal farming. Then made a crossbow. Saved the moss chops and almost got it killed. Knocked out a trike and would go hunting for another pteranodon to tame. But got ambushed
That really grinds my gears.
by a stupid bird, but we made quick work of it. We found a level 50 pteranodon, which we knocked out. And just after a level 70 landed right in front of us, we knocked that out as well. Our truck finally tamed up, so we went berry farming. More specifically, narcoberry farming, so we can start making narcotics to gain some quick levels. We then killed the low level pteranodon, since we'll only need one. Getting an RG will be our main goal for the next day or 2. We finished day 2 by crafting our RG trap and pteranodon saddle. Day 3 we crafted as much arrows as we can carry. Then we set off to kill some alphas. Unfortunately there were no alphas to play with. So we just kept flying around, grabbing explorer notes until we finally found our first alpha raptor. And then Barry thought he would join the fun. Everything seemed fine until the Barry joined us on the rock and knocked me off and almost pinning me between them. We did get away, but barely. So after some force feeding, we got the raptor down and got a nice 180% apprentice crossbow. Not long after, we found another alpha raptor and killed it. Sadly, it didn't give us any good loot. The rest of the day we spent trying to find high level RGs. We almost gave up, but then spotted this level 110 and decided to tame it. Got our trap set up and pulled it in. Yeah, the RG had other plans and flew right over it. So we tried again and got it in. We want to do a super quick tame, but I misjudged the amount of torpor the new crossbow does. And it passed out right after the buff disappeared. I started to die of cold, so we had to get our campfire going and spend the rest of the night trying not to die. Before we continued our RG taming and went back to tame that level 90 RG. And this time we trapped it first time. We got his buddy, killed it and fed it to the RG before knocking it out. Luckily we got it knocked out while it still had the buff active. While we waited for the level 110 to finish taming, we found obsidian and some metal. After a while, the level 110 tamed up, and we went back to base, and I got them to mate. We got the egg, but unfortunately we can't hatch it because we can't get the right temperature. So we had to get our fabricator, generator and recon up. We went on a trilobite and take down a killing spree to get our RG saddle made as well. We then went to farm some crystal, metal and stole some cementing paste. Day 5, we had our fabricator. We can now get our generator up as well as our aircon to get our RG egg hatched. The base doesn't look pretty at this stage, but we will be moving soon, so I didn't want to spend too much time on a temporary base. With our aircons up, it was now time to get our egg hatched and claim our first baby. While we waited for the baby to grow up, we need to go on a mission to find a mammoth. We need to start farming resources for our main base build. We couldn't go into the snow area yet, so anything on the edge of the snow would do. We did, however, gather all the pelts from the dead dinos before we knocked out a level 75 and murdered its friend. Used the RG as a smithy for a few fur pieces, and then saw an alpha raptor not too far away from our tame. It would be safer to just kill it before it started attacking our mammoth. Sadly, it also didn't drop any useful loot. Morning of day 6, we had to go back to base to get some narcos and berries. But on our way, I thought it would be a good idea to get a diggerus so we can start farming stone for our new base. I spotted a low level 1 and landed to get some stamina back, and then...
You know, that really grinds my gears.
yeah, 3 f***ing Pegamastics ambushed us. The ARK god must really hate me. Anyway, grabbed the low level dude, and off to the base we went, and knocked it out. Just in time to get our first imprint on our baby RG. We then made our way to the green orb to craft a few cryos so we can get the mammoth back to base. When we got to the mammoth, the f***ing billow was ruining our tame. I tamed it anyway, not gonna waste time because we need to start getting our boss tames. Day 7, on our way back to base, we spotted this nice looking Anki and grabbed it. When we got back to base, our baby RG was waiting for its next imprint. Then we knocked out the Anki and kicked down some trees. Our dude was now all tamed up, so we started farming stone for the new base. Day 8, 9 and 10, we crafted a bunch of dinosaur gateways and foundations and went off to build our base. We basically went to 50-50 on the map to build the base and isolated the corners of the cliff with the gateways. I had no idea what the base will look like, or even what I wanted it to look like. So I just started building blindly. Keep in mind, I'm not a builder and have no idea what I'm doing, so some of the base didn't come out as I had envisioned. Our base was finally built, and it wasn't looking too bad. Now we can start moving everything from the temp base to the new base. But not before we found this floating tanky with underpants above it. What the hell, ARK? We took the rest of the day to just fly everything over with RGs, and oh boy did it take forever. Day 11 we started putting everything in our base. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I wouldn't be able to use more than half of the base. But who needs it? We can just cramp everything in the one corner, right? We spent the rest of the day building our greenhouse, and then did some plumbing. All we needed now was a Fioma to fertilize our crops, so we made a small trap, dropped it in, and knocked it out. Day 12 the Fioma tamed up, and we can start growing our crops. I then went on a hunt for the best caving dino, the Thylacoleo. And the first one we spotted was level 90. Without hesitation, we grabbed it to tame up. Because in my experience, the island almost never provides. High level dinos, that is. I had to drop it close to base because it was killing the RG. Grabbed our other RG and dropped it into the trap and knocked it out. And yeah, we got this random Akatina that spawned in the base. It was now time to find some boss fighting dinos, so we killed a few low level Rexes. And then spotted this high level Barry.
Wow, it's very nice.
We're definitely taming that soon. Spend the rest of the day scouting the map for high level boss fighting dinos while grabbing some resources from our friendly neighborhood Castroids. Then found an Obus in the middle of nowhere. Day 13 we continued our search before returning to base, where our Thyla was all tamed up. We had to take it out for a spin to see its damage dealing capabilities. Needless to say, it was pretty bad. Being very sad about the Thyla, we went on a polymer farm. After some much needed stress relief, it was time to tame a dire bear. Okay, so because we were using a crossbow, it got pretty bloody, so we fed a Listro to it so it can heal up, then knocked it out. Now we needed honey to tame it. I thought it would be a great idea to build a tree platform to access honey and get sap. Sadly, the tree platform idea didn't work for the honey. Day 14 we built a small platform for the dire bear to stand on for easy beehive access. So I grabbed some honey and tamed up the dire bear. It was now time to tame that high level Barry. You know the drill by now. Build a trap and knock it out. Got the berry knocked out and we tamed up with prime fish meat. We spent the rest of the day looking for more tames, as well as day 15, and on day 16 we found this beaut. 130 Thylacoleo. got ready to knock it out,
Surprise, motherfucker.
and a Prolovia and Microraptor ambushed us. Anyway, we got them sorted and proceeded to knock out the Thyla. Then went back to base to build an industrial grill, slaughter our sheep and grilled its meat. Crafted some more narcotics while we starved the Thyla. Day 17, our greenhouse started producing vegetables, and the Thyla finally tamed up. You know what that means. While we waited for the baby Thyla to be born, we set off to find some more much needed tames, and found absolutely nothing. We had to go back to base because our baby Thyla was going to be born. And we got twinsies! We claimed them and then went back to searching for tames. And of course, found nothing, so we had to start killing off low levels. I really enjoyed killing that Prolovia. Late into day 17, we finally found it, a level 125 Megatherium, and we were not going to let it casually stroll around. We were going to tame it. Day 18 we got the trap set up, pulled it in, and started knocking it out.
Go!
It passed out soon after. Flew around for a bit, killing more low levels. And on our way to base we spotted this. A level 145 Rex. We took our dye bear to grab some honey. But it had other plans. It seemed bloodthirsty because it jumped right off the platform to attack Rex. Anyway, got it killed, then grabbed the honey and imprinted our Thylas. We then tamed up the Megatherium and murdered some more low levels. We grabbed a level 120 Baeodon on our way back to base. The morning of day 19, we built our Rex trap and knocked it out. Oh, and tamed the Notta that we'll be needing for the ice caves. Imprinted our babies again, and then we went to kill some more low level dinos to get more decent level boss fighters to spawn. We eventually found a sheep that we slaughtered and fed to the Rex. Day 20 we spent looking for tames again. And we found a level 135 Megatherium. Of course we were going to tame this, so we got the trap up, pulled it in, and killed its friend. Then knocked it out. Our Rex was now tamed and our Thylacolios were ready for the last imprint, and then they would finally be all grown up. And the stats weren't too bad. A little bit low on HP, but the damage was good enough. We had to get some money, our Megatherium, so we went to our little platform, but our Rex distracted me, and I didn't realize the cryo sickness was still active, and threw out the dire bear. So I got revenge by killing the Rex. So we grabbed some honey, and got our Megatherium all tamed up. Day 21 started off with us making some more cryopods. And you guessed it, we went searching for more tames. We found this level 95 and thought we could beat it with a 135, and try and get the high level stats into the baby that we can then use to breed with. So we built the trap and knocked it out. Day 22 we found another level 90 Megatherium. Then use gateways to trap it. Not the best way to do it, but we got it to work. And then a Sabertooth attacked, but the Megatherium took care of it pretty quick. We knocked out the Megatherium, and our level 90 was all tamed up. Of course, it was that time again. We spent the rest of the day leveling our Thylacoleo, which did pretty good damage. But it was getting low on HP, which reminded me we still had that level 120 Leodon in our trap. We knocked it out and went to level the Thyla more by killing every alpha we can find. Day 23, our first Megatherium baby was born. But we killed it, which I would come to regret later on.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
We then went to farm some metal, and then it was back to searching for boss fighting dinos. We spotted these two, level 140 Rexes, right next to each other. So of course we built a trap, knocked one out, and then the other. Our level 90 Megatherium was finally tamed up. So of course we had to get the mating on again, and we got our first good female, so we cried the bad ones. Day 24 our Rexes were finally tamed. I have no idea what I did here, but I checked the stats between the male and female, and threw out the male to mate with the other male. Only to later realize what I've done. So in my confusion, I moved a few dinos around for no reason, only then got the female out. Took the mammoth to get some narco berries, minding my own business. A Rex pulls out of nowhere. At least our mammoth was able to handle the low level rates. So we got the narcotics going and went on another polymer farming spree. When we got back to base, our baby Megatherium was waiting for its first imprint. Day 25 we placed the aircon so we can get our Rex eggs hatched. Apparently 3 acorns weren't enough, so we had to get a 4th down. Our ex-baby wasn't looking bad, some good stats in health and damage. While we waited for imprints, we took the Thyla and went on a hunt for Therozinos. Killed every low level we could find, until we found this level 135.
Wow, it's very nice.
So we knocked the theory out and ran around check if we can find another, found a low level and started to kill it.
And his name is John C.
Then a Microraptor out of nowhere jumped me. Luckily we avoided him, but he got away. Being so impressed with the Thyla's damage, I decided to give it a name, and we called it Leonardo DiCaprio. Day 26, we also decided to name our RG KFC. Back at our base, our Rex was waiting for its first imprint. Not having the correct kibble, we had to do the cryopod trick to reset what it wants. We went on to name a few dinos. Our mammoth we called Manny. The pteranodon we named Speedy. And the baryonyx we named Larry. We then headed back to the Therizino to keep an eye on its torpor and started to feed it. Day 27 finally tamed up, and we went on the lookout for another. Day 28 we finally found one. Level 110 female. We got the trap down, pulled it in and knocked it out. Day 29 our female Therizino finally tamed up. On our way to the base, we spotted a level 125 Diodon and decided to take it to base with us so we can knock it out. And get it mating so we can have an imprinted one. Rex baby was ready for another imprint, but we had to do the cryo trick again, and then he wanted to walk. Our imprinted Megatherium was ready to mate, so we kicked that off. We also had our two Therozinos that we had to get mating as well. Day 30, we started off by knocking out the Diodon. Got our first Therozino egg and hatched it. And then we forgot Megatheriums we made it earlier. And when I went to check on them, the baby died of hunger.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Day 31, our Diodon tamed up, so we started the mating process. We picked up another Rex egg, imprinted our theory, and hatched the Rex egg. We found we had twins. Our Diodon baby was also born, so we claimed it. The second Megatherium baby was also born, and luckily we waited around for this one. We imprinted our Rexes. Grabbed another Therezino egg, and then went to find more dinos, but spotted this Alpha Rex and thought it would be a great idea to grab some levels with it. Day 32 we went on a mission to get leech blood, so we can craft antidote, combat those rabies from the bats in the caves. We got back to the base and our Megatherium baby was nowhere in sight.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I'm having really bad luck with the Megatheriums. We then set off to get a butt ton of rare flower and rare mushroom. We had farmed enough for exactly 20 antidotes, which should be more than enough. We also decided to name our imprinted Diodon Porky. Day 33, we spent in a snow biome, getting pretty much everything we could find to get to level 82 so we can craft scuba gear and a gas mask. Oh, and we needed a chem bench so we can craft absorbent substrate for the gas mask. After getting the levels, we had to tame a dolphin so we can run through the underwater caves. We spotted a low-level dolphin, so we built an easy trap. Let it in and trapped it. Fed it some cooked mutton, and its friend also wanted to be tamed, so we fed it as well. Got them both tamed up and headed back to base. Day 34, we named our Anki Rocky. And then, I lost 6 days worth of footage. My hard disk crashed with the recording on it. So unfortunately I have nothing to show you. But we did tame up 2 Uteranus and hatch the egg. I got the recording back while we were in the Cave of the Immune, on our way to get the artifact of the Immune. So let's pick it up from there. Back at base, we had an unexpected visitor spawn in the base. We eventually killed it. We also had 6 Rex eggs ready to be hatched. We spent the rest of the day imprinting our babies. Day 41, we were still doing imprints, and our Rexes were finally born. While we wait for them to grow up, we went to another cave. This was a pretty easy cave, and with some antidote in our pocket, there was no way we were not going to get the artifact. So we killed everything in our way. Got a blue drop with absolutely nothing worthwhile in it. We eventually grabbed the artifacts off the clever and went back to base. We were starting to run out of time, so I decided to get our low-level female Megatheriums out and get them breeding, since I can't seem to take care of the baby Megatheriums. We also grabbed an We also grabbed an Oviraptor. And knocked it out. Not that we're gonna use it for anything. We then did some imprints. Oviraptor was all tamed up. So we weighed it down so we can get the egg buff for increased egg production. Day 42 started with more imprints. And then we headed out to farm just another buttload of metal. And took the mammoth out for some wood. Day 43 we did some more imprints, then went to the third artifact cave. Again, our antidotes were very handy. We got to the little entrance of the artifact cave and got ambushed by 4 Sarkos, the most I've seen in this cave. Made quick work of them and then went for the artifact. We now had our third artifact of the pact. Day 44 again started with imprinting, and then we went off to get our 4th artifact. This cave had an absolute crap ton of onyxes. Weirdly enough, we didn't get any rabies. We grabbed the artifact of Massive, and now at our 4th artifact. We spend the rest of the day just leveling Megatheriums. Day 45 started off again imprinting all our babies, then we went off to another cave, another pretty easy cave, but a ton of Arthropluras. We now had our 5th artifact, Artifact of the Hunter. We spent the rest of the day, you guessed it, imprinting dinos. Day 46 was a slow day. Just did some target practice on pteranodons that was flying around the base, and then some imprinting. Day 47 we hatched a few eggs and went to our first underwater cave. We just rushed through the cave on the dolphin and jumped out on the other side. We had a stuck alpha, so easy levels for our Barry Larry. It took ages to kill this thing.
1 eternity later.
And only got 14 levels. We then grabbed the artifact of the brute, and now we had our 6th artifact. Day 48 was just spent imprinting dinos. Day 49 we went to another cave. Which we made quick work of, thanks to the Thylacoleo. Now we had our 7th artifact, Artifact of the Devourer. We only had the 3 hardest caves on the map left. Day 50 to 53 we spent raising and imprinting dinos, and also leveling some of our fully grown Rexes and claiming a few baby Megatheriums. Day 54 we finally had our cooking pot up, so we started getting vegetable cakes and healing brews ready. Day 55 to 61 we just leveled more Rexes and got more imprints on our babies. Day 62 we decided to go to the last underwater cave. I didn't end it this much, you guys can see it was done in a legit way. But we got an artifact of the cunning, and now we only had 2 more artifacts to go. Day 60 to 70 we spent again getting our babies imprinted and claiming new ones. Day 71 to 74 we spent in the ice cave. Yes, this took a long ass time to do, because I didn't want to die, so we took it very slow. Thankfully our eggs were pretty strong. Palobias and direwolves gave us the hardest time, but the pushback from the Rex made the rest of the dinos pretty easy. We pulled some Yetis here, because our Rex couldn't pass, and we had to cryo it. So we killed it off. So we killed off what we could. So we killed off what we were able to pull on foot, and threw our Thylo to take care of the rest. I moved a bit too close to the Palobias and
Surprise, motherfucker!
almost wasted a whole 70 plus days just to die from stupid Palobias. Then we got pushed into a corner and I literally thought we wouldn't be able to get out, but we made it. Again I thought I'll stand on top of the Rex, and none of the Palobias would jump on me. Yeah, almost died again. Got a red cave drop. containing absolutely nothing. We finally got to the artifact room, and I had to peek over the edge of the ledge, and another Polovia was on me. At least we finally got the artifact of the strong. Day 75 to 82 we spent crafting more cakes, healing brews, and raising babies. Day 83 we went to get our last artifact. This cave was amazingly enough easy. Only had a few things to kill. Grapple to the artifact. And now we had our final artifact of the Skylord. Day 84 to 88, we spent leveling our fully grown dinos, imprinting babies, and making more cakes. Day 89 to 90, we hatched more Therizino eggs, played some peekaboo with newly hatched babies, and leveled more Rexes. Day 91, we spent getting our Rexes ready for the boss battle. We just threw them out at the obelisk. Day 92 to 94, we spent leveling our Therizinos, and boy, did we have a lot of leveling to do. Day 95, we prepared our Megatheriums by throwing them out at the obelisk. We had one more baby that was still growing up and should be ready the next day. Day 96, our baby was almost grown up, but we won't have enough time to level it, so we just named it Definitely Dead. We were now ready to take on the Broodmother, but with about 12 dinos. We teleported in, and I sent our army to attack. They didn't want to surround the mother, so I had to whistle them to move to her back and then attack. I whistled aggressive, but you can see them running away to attack small spiders instead, which wasn't too bad. They got the buff, which was good at least. I did this a few times. The Daedon eventually went in to help, even though he was set on passive and ignored group whistles. We're not sure what happened there. But our Megatheriums did a pretty decent job, and we got the Broodmother down. Day 97, and it was time to fight the Megapithecus. Our Rex is all ready and waiting. Monkey has always been a pretty easy fight, if your dinos didn't fall off the ledge of death. So I pulled the boss with the U-team, and the fight went pretty smooth. We got him down pretty quick, with none of our Rexes taking a huge amount of damage. The rest of the day we spent setting up the Rexes outside the tech cave. If we were able to beat the dragon, we will try the tech cave and see how far we can get. Day 98, we finished imprinting our last Resino. So guys, I wanted to take a moment here before we set off to fight the dragon boss. I've done this boss twice since I started playing ARK, and I managed to beat it once. I also did this challenge 3 times before, only to die to the dragon on day 98. So I'm not sure what we should be expecting here, but I really do hope we have prepared enough to get this done. Also, I just wanted to remind you guys that there was an immense amount of time put into making this video, so please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Day 99. Our last Resino was all grown up and we headed off to fight the dragon. A lot went wrong here. I forgot to put the Daeodon on follow. It was passively healing in the corner with ignore group whistles on. I forgot to put the Yeti on passive, so I couldn't jump off and get the Daeodon to follow, and I ran into the dragon's fire breath unnecessarily a bunch of times. The Megatheriums died pretty quick. A third into itself, our first Resino died. I do think we did a pretty decent job at cutting the theories out of the fireball, which I never seem to be able to do because I always get stuck in them. Almost halfway through itself, we lost another Resino, and I honestly thought we won't be making it to day 100, but we weren't giving up so easily. Our UT is so close to dying. We have a few Resinos left and they keep on dying. Oh, we only have 12 Resinos in fight, and the few we have left now doesn't seem to be doing so great on health. But our pig finally decided to join us. We had some healing going, and with the vegetable cakes, we might be able to do this. Then I did this. Ran in with the UT, got another fire breath, and the UT was going down. So I jumped off and started shooting. down now, as well as things looking pretty bleak when the dragon took off again. But thankfully it landed immediately, so we might have a fighting chance. I whistled the 30's passive so they don't run into the lava, but there was already a few fighting the dragon, so sent the remaining in as well. Then it happened. We won. We finally beat the dragon. This was one hell of an accomplishment for me, guys. I have to say. Playing ARK like this has taught me so much. Day 100. We made it. What a great journey it's been. But we aren't done yet. We now have the tech cave. This is my first solo try on official settings at this. But I must say, I was impressed to be able to get 20 dinos into the cave. Not far into the cave, we fought a few theories and...
Surprise, motherfucker!
I thought that was it. We managed to get on the UT and survive. The rest of the cave went pretty smooth. We were now at the Overseer. With losing only 3 Rexes to the lava, we were doing better than I could have imagined. First transformation was a Megapithecus, which was pretty much a cakewalk. Then came the dragon, and everything went downhill from here. With 1/5 of the dragon's health left, all our dinos were gone. We had nothing left. I tried to run it, but yeah, just died. This was a great experience and I can't wait for the next one. For me, beating the dragon was the greatest accomplishment throughout this whole journey. Couldn't have been happier with how this challenge turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll hopefully see you in Scorched Earth.